Patya Patya Suridam Anuriktaranga Strinam Swadharma Iti Dharma Virat Tvayoktam Ashtweva Metarupadesha Pade Tvayashe Preshto Bhavam Stanubritam Kilabandharatma. Preshta. Oh Preshta, our dear one, oh dear Krishna, as the Dharma Vid, or the expert in religion, you have advised us that the proper religious duty of a woman is to faithfully serve her husband, children, and other relatives. You're right. This is Dharma, and we agree that this principle is valid, but it doesn't apply to us. Anyone else it applies to, but not us, your Gopikas. And so we feel that all these husbands and all these other things that you're telling us are all embodied and personified and originate with you alone. So this service should be rendered to you. After all, O friend of all, dearmost friend of all embodied souls, you are the most intimate relative and indeed the very self of everyone. So this is the verse, and we heard from Jiva Goswami discussing this 32 and about different ways to translate it, but I'll have to work on that. We read the translation. Many of the acharyas are very sympathetic to the gopis, like Rupa Goswami, who's a gopi himself, and Prabodhananda Saraswati. So they enter into this Ras Leela, they study this Ras Leela as pandits, as Sanskrit masters. They also enter it on the feet of their Siddha Sarup. They walk into the Leela as Mandris and Sakis. So they have the entrance. Like you come to some costly club or some private place, you need the ID tag. Oh, let me see. Oh, yes, you're part of this company. Like 200 people work for some company and the guard checks, oh yes, you're with IBM, you go inside. So they go right into the Leela and they understand it best of all. So they bring out so many wonderful points. So the Prabodhananda Saraswati has his rendition of the Ras Leela, which is really rich and lots of variation from the Bhagavatam, although the Bhagavatam is the takeoff point. It's called Ashcharya Rasa Prabandha. And maybe it's on soft copy or whatever. Maybe get it in My Bazaar. Prabodhananda Saraswati. It's very nice. Nice art. It's done by a godbrother. Verses are on one page in Sanskrit and English on the other. And beautiful translation by Sriman Dasarath Sutta Ji. So there, I will read from those too, some of them, to get an idea of how the gopis are responding. So this is Padyavali, which is a collection of verses from great acharyas, like Vidyapati and Chandidas and Govindadas. And oftentimes, and many times, it is anonymous. We don't know the author, unknown author. And although the collection is by Rupa Goswami, like many devotees, they have their favorite bhajans. And maybe they collect them in a book. Or they have their favorite shlokas, and they can collect them in a book. So this idea, or this practice of having a small book, maybe some index cards, or maybe a whole big book, or a diary, whatever, with all your favorite spiritual sayings, or spiritual verses, or little phrases, it's like a bottle of vitamins. You know, when you open it up, and it gives you energy and nourishment and vitality. So everyone has their favorites, because that's the individuality which is our glories as a jiva. We have our individuality, our likes and dislikes. You can see how variegated is the source. The source, although everything's eternal, but to give some time reference, the source of all jivas is Vishnu, say Krishna. And Krishna has so many lovers. You might say, why does he have 16,000 gopis and 8? And because he likes different personalities. For example, if Krishna wants to be with a very mild and soft-spoken gopi, then he'll call, whomever, I can't remember right now, because he knows, oh, this girl, tonight I want to be with a girl that's very funny. Some girls are very sober and quiet, but they just radiate a certain peacefulness. They have all different qualities. That's why when you study Radha Krishna Ganadesh Deepika or some other books like Govinda Lila Amrita or the Srimad Bhagavatam itself, when it describes the Ras Lila, you get the indication. So if the flag above the palace is going like this, blowing that direction, then someone from a distance will say, oh, the flag is going that way, which means the wind is coming from the opposite direction, moving the flag that way. So that flag is an indication of the direction of the wind, which is west. So the flag, or the indication of the variegatedness of Krishna's lovers, his nayakas, in the Braja, is given by Shukamuni himself. It's given in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, Ras Lila. So when Krishna, after the gopis spoke the Gopi Geet in chapter 31, then they met Krishna, and it describes one gopi took Krishna's arm and put it on her shoulders. One gopi took Krishna's arm and put it on her shoulders. I said this the other day. Another gopi took the betel nut or pan from Krishna's mouth with her folded hands. Krishna, give me some mercy. In other words, give me your lips. I want to kiss you. So I said, okay, how about this? And she was like, come on, And so he's dear Lalita, unpredictable. So ordinarily somebody, what's this? Throw it. But it's okay. And then another gopi took Krishna, because it says it, when Krishna returned to them, he was standing before them. And then the verse says in the Bhagavatam, one gopi took Krishna's feet and held them on her breast. I said, she tackled him she did taekwondo on him or something? She did judo or karate. Krishna fell down, his feet flipped in the air, and then she grabbed him. When you're standing, if I'm standing on my feet, how do they end up on your chest? Unless I stand on my head. Maybe Krishna did a cartwheel flip or something. And then when he was going around, the gopi grabbed, and he ended up, inverted. I mean, you try to visualize what you're reading, and it's a little bit beyond. So then the acharyas say, and then one gopi stood at a distance. One gopi stood at a distance, biting her lips in anger and frowning at Krishna. I'm going to give it to you. And who was that? That was Radha. So she was like, okay, So what does this mean? It means each one has a different response to Krishna. Each one has a different mood and different feeling. And so the acharyas take that as a runway, or they take a flight with that, and then they expand it to explain that everyone has a different mood. Look around you. So this is a very wonderful thing, because Krishna's Nara Lila so much resembles, because Nara means human beings. So Krishna, he says, I want to go out tonight. Tonight I would like to be with a very funny girl. He tells so many wonderful jokes. So then he calls up. He says, hello? Is this Vishaka? Yes, this is Sham. Remember? Yeah, I remember. So can we meet and Madananda? Can we meet and Madananda, Mad Ananda, Vishaka Ananda Kunj? It has two names, Vishak Ananda. That Kunja, which is this is where we are, which gives bliss to Vishaka, or Mad Ananda, which gives the bliss of being crazy. In other words, when Krishna gets with Vishaka in her kunj, then he goes crazy. Because Mada means mad. Mada. Everyone knows? Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Mada. These are our friends, huh? Good friends. They stay with us life after life. They like us so much. We would love to get separated from them. We would love to get divorced from them. But lust never leaves us, greed never leaves us, envy never leaves us, anger never leaves us. Illusion, we always get bewildered. What's going on? Where's my daughter? Why didn't she call? Where's my son? We're in illusion. We don't know what the movements of our own eyelid, what to speak of the movements of our own siblings. So this is Krishna's, he likes all these different moods. And like you ask someone, what do you think about Radharani? Oh, she's very moody. Sometimes she's happy, sometimes she's woo woo woo. Then what do you think about, the Vishakadasi? Oh, she's very joyful. She's always laughing, and I don't know why she's laughing, but she seems to be a pretty happy soul. Yeah. Well, what about? So we can. Oh, she's very quiet. You don't really know what's on her mind. She's very, very. So Krishna has all kinds of girlfriends with all these kinds of moods, like we see in this world, and they're named Lalita, Vishaka, and then the Rupa Goswami is analyzed with all the exact Sanskrit words. This is, she's Bhamya, she's Dakshin, she's Bhamya, she's Bhamya Mridu, she's Bhamya Ati Bhamya, she's Bhamya Prakar. Like some ladies are contrary, they give you a hard time. And some really are contrary and really give you a hard time. So Radharani is Bhamya, Madhya. She's like medium, opposed to Krishna, medium contrary to Krishna. Because Radharani has a lower breaking point. She has a much lower breaking point than Lalita. So Krishna, no, I'm not going to speak to you. I'm in man. I'm sulking. I'm in love sulk. I'm angry with you. Showed up at sunrise, all bites and kisses, everything. I know you went with someone. So then, but gradually, not within a short time, Radharani will probably surrender and give up her man. It's okay, let's dance. But Lalita is very difficult, like an impenetrable fortress of man, impenetrable fortress of opposition. No matter what Krishna does, tricks, jokes, faces, touches her feet, bows down to her feet, massages her feet, offers her sweets, any kind of bribe, anything you can imagine. Lalita's like, no, no, no. And then sometimes he says, okay, then I'm leaving. And she says, go ahead. And he does. And she just walks out and goes and sees Radharani, not affected. Because she's Bhamya Prakar. Prakar means excessive, ferociously opposed to Krishna. And that's why Lalita Sakhi, is a teacher of Man to Radharani.